Indisputably, the master of the modern comic book character, Spider-Man, the Hulk, the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Thor, X-Men all come out totally or partially from the mind of Stan Lee, and of course Jack Kirby and Ditko and all those people. But it's the Stan Lee persona that seems to jump out, the self-questioning, the vulnerable hero, right? That's what you really brought to comic
I'm big
books.
in vulnerability. I'm very vulnerable.
All right, you've got a big weekend coming up. You're going to be hosting this year's Comikaze at the LA Convention Center. It kicks off tomorrow and runs through the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stan Lee. Here he is.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. It's so great being here. I always feel as if I'm home when I'm on stage.
Well, welcome home. I think I told you the story. I interviewed you in 1977, and I said to you, Stan, how much longer can you do this?
Right? In 77?
In 77. Yeah, you know, it's about time to wrap it up. And you said, I got a little more left in me, right? Wow.
Well, I think with you, you don't retire because people often retire and they end up doing what they love to do. And this is what you love to do.
That's
So why
exactly
would
right.
you retire?
If you're doing what you want to do, why retire? Because if I were retired, I'd be trying to get back into doing what I'm doing now anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I keep going, and
And you get busier and busier.
it seems that way. And now this convention that's coming along this weekend, the holiday weekend, it's called the Stan Lee Comikaze, and it's the fourth year, and each year it gets bigger. After a while, I think Los Angeles won't be big enough for us. So you better enjoy it while you can. It may have to go to a bigger city after that.
You're going to go to Bakersfield?
Of course.
Okay. Even at this point, how old are you now?
90. I'll be 92 in December.
Wow.
So I'm still a young, spry
You're-
91.
You look good.
So the
You look
10th
good.
anniversary, you'll be like 97 or so. So I want you in for the 10th anniversary of that. We'll talk about that.
All right, we'll sign up something.
I ask you every time you come in, there are people watching and they are inspired by your energy and your sense of humor. What advice? Can you give people some advice as to how this happens?
Well, for one thing, you have to be with people you like. And that kind of feeds you and energizes you. And you have to do work that you enjoy doing. I am so lucky because I like what I do. I almost feel guilty getting paid for it because I think up stories and I try to feel the best way to present that story so somebody would enjoy the story. And what could be more fun than if you succeed, you're entertaining people. It used to be, when I was young, I felt very useless in a sense. I felt I'm just writing stories. Other people are scientists, or they're building things, or they're doing things
Curing
that are
a
solid.
disease, or...
And I'm telling stories.
Yeah.
But over the years, I have come to realize entertainment is so important to most people. Most people lead rather dreary lives or colorless lives, and entertainment means so much. So I'm no longer sort of embarrassed by the fact that I'm in the entertainment business. I love it, and I'm happy doing it.
That's so interesting you say that. You take any family, and there's 4 generations in a family that can relate to you. You've got the grandfather, the father, the son, the grandson. How have you managed to stay relevant? It's just unbelievable.
I don't think about it, really. You know, you just keep doing what you're doing, and if you're lucky enough, I have little children walk up to me and say, I'm your biggest fan. I can't understand that. And then I have older people who seem like they're my age. They say, I'm here with my son and my grandson, and we wanted to say hello. And it's a great feeling. It really is.
Now, I should tell you should know this. This is Stan Lee, whose name is Stanley Lieber. And he reserved the Stanley Lieber name for the great American novel that you were going to write. How's that coming?
I'll never write that novel because I realize I don't have the patience to write a novel. It would take too long.
You like the quick hit, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
I do a television interview like this. It's 5 or 10 minutes. Of course, to the public, it seems like an hour and we'll hear it. Or I write a story and I can finish it at the same day. I can start in the morning. And the idea of spending weeks or months with
or years.
I wrote one screenplay in my life 1,000,000 years ago, and it took a whole week. and it killed me.
A whole week?
Yeah, it took a
It
week.
usually takes months to do that.
Well, I write fast.
Yeah,
It probably
yeah.
wasn't that good. But I said I will never do another screen, not a full one.
I have a phrase for that. But those of us who love to do live television as opposed to tape stuff, we love the immediate translation of effort to product.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You think it, you
You
do it,
always
it's there.
say that.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
And for some of us, it's necessary in our lives, right?
Well, when you're even the work you do, I don't even want to call it
not
work
work.
because it's not
It's
work.
play.
I mean, my God, you even get paid for this?
Yeah.
I mean, you sit with a pretty girl and
That's
you talk
right.
about whatever interests you.
That's
and
right.
That's
Or what
right.
interests them
Lucky
usually. Okay, yeah.
But I forgot what the question
Yeah,
was.
I
No,
forgot too.
It doesn't
matter.
matter.
It really
Hey,
doesn't
I
matter.
gotta
Doesn't matter.
ask you. You were saying in one interview recently how people are coming up to you lately and they want you to sign your name on their arm or leg or
that's
wherever body part,
amazing.
so they get a tattoo of you.
I must have done at least 50 of those in the past couple of
Isn't
years.
that crazy?
Somebody come in, soldiers. Mr. Lee, he rolls up his arm, he's got medals over here. Would you just sign your name here?
So you can go
I mean,
tattoo
it's
it.
flattering, but why would anybody want that? I don't know. And then they run out and get it tattooed, and the next day at the convention they come back, look, I had it tattooed. And I have girls ask me also, and it's really amazing.
Serious note. The convention's coming up. The
Right.
Comikaze is coming up. You did issue a thing saying, folks, behave, because you know what's happened at some other conventions, right? Harassment. Behave, right?
I don't hear as well as I used to, and I heard you say the word behave and harassment, but I
Yes.
didn't get the rest.
Relative to the convention.
Right.
You want people to be at their best behavior, right?
Oh, they'd better be.
Yes.
We kick them right out.
You will.
Anybody who isn't behaving well, out you go.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is a POW Stan Lee convention.
That's right. You don't want that weird behavior going on.
I never have that problem.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing.
Do people want to pinch you all the time? They want to pinch you.
pinch
yeah.
you.
No, nobody wants to pinch you.
I wanna pinch you.
Sometimes a little hug. That's all
Okay.
right.
No, I want to pinch you.
Well, you can have a pinch.
I can pinch
You're
you.
entitled.
I'm entitled
You know
to
how
a
I
pinch.
feel about this man. I have known him for all these years. He gets better every year. I mean, I can't understand how you don't make it look like work when you interview somebody. You make it look like you're having a good time, which is the way it should be, and you make your guests feel relaxed, like me, and it's wonderful. It's really great the way you do it, Steve.
That was so.
That is very sweet.
I'm a big
Touching.
fan. I
That
really am.
was so
I traveled
sweet.
all the way from my office to
You
come
came,
here.
and his office, by the way, is on the second floor.
Yeah.
Just a joke. Just a joke. Just a joke. Is there anything left, Stan, you haven't done yet?
Oh, there must be a million things, and they'll come along as time goes by.
How about, Stan shows up in all, I sounded like Jack Benny then. Stan shows up in all his, in the movies.
Makes cameos, yeah.
How about getting the roles bigger and bigger?
You know, I've suggested that, and the director says the stars won't stand for it. They can't handle the competition. I mean, because,
It's true.
they're just ordinary actors, and here I am. And it
too
wouldn't be
much.
fair to them.
It's
It
too
just
much.
wouldn't be
The
fair.
glow.
I'd
Yeah, I
outshine
understand
them. It's so obvious.
All right, Stan Lee's Comikaze kicks off at the LA Convention Center tomorrow. It runs through November the 2nd. You do this again next year, Stan?
Next year, I want to
Wonderful.
sit in the same seat. I want you there. I want you there.
You
can
got it.
change your tie if you want to.
I've changed my
Otherwise,
time.
stay the
I've
same.
changed my time. Thank you so much, Stan. We do love you. Thank you. Yeah, explain.
I love older, I won't say old, older folks. And so I'm so happy I'm in heaven. I'm with you guys.
No, you're with this teenager and the older guest that you have. It's over. You mean the ordeal is over?